Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Patitam Pavanibhyo Vaishnava Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktiranta Swami Nitinamane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatami Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Welcome everyone. Full permission, whatever state you're in, to turn your camera on. And thinking about today's meeting, I hearken back to when I woke up this morning. Every morning I wake up and say a few prayers before I turn and get out of bed. And one of is Srila Prabhupada's Pranam Mantra. And just a stark realization while I was lying there that there's a whole world out there that is uncertain. And nobody knows why they came into the world or when they're going to leave it. It's an enigma. They just accept a mental construct that they belong to a certain country, family, body, and so forth. It's complete illusion. And I was thinking how fortunate we are to have a connection with Srila Prabhupada and Sri Guru Parampara, and that it's tangible. And it's also practically transferable to everybody else through the process of outreach, which includes, as the tip of the spear, literature distribution. It's just such a perfect combination. Not everyone has that opportunity. In other ages, it's not available. We just happen to be at a particular age when it's readily available. And I also like it because you can easily measure it. There are units you can measure, which means we can monitor and improve how we're doing, which is not so easy otherwise. And we've also set points in time so that we can measure how we're doing. We get a few of those in our short span of life. Points in time meetings, times when we pledge a certain number of books and then we endeavor to hit the goal at a certain time. And every time we endeavor for it, we have a finish line. It's something that we can push for. And it's in that pushing for it, grow. Great to everybody on this team from wherever you're tuning in from, for your diligence and sincerity. We're all in different environments, but we're all doing the same thing. So today is a reminder that there's a point in time and we should take it seriously that if we put ourselves on the line for Lord Chaitanya, then he'll remember us quite favorably. One of my godbrothers in the early days went to join Srila Prabhupada in India because his Prabhupada had asked some Americans to come to India and help out because he had gone back there to start the movement there. And he had been there several months. He had a few little services and he'd go to Prabhupada's darshans and classes, but Prabhupada never recognized him until he went out on a traveling Sankirtan party. And there were some things in the newspaper that were favorable because of the efforts he took, along with a few others on the traveling Sankirtan. And as soon as he got back, Prabhupada started talking to him regularly and consulting with him about how to expand what he was doing. So that's the way to advance in Krishna consciousness, and it's also the way to advance the Krishna consciousness movement, is to take risks. I see some of you also in a vehicle. So am I, going to a program. We all have very active lives and we're lucky for it. So today we want to hear from several devotees what you're thinking, how you're doing, how you're closing in on your goals, and if you have anything to share or any questions to ask. And Shamahini, I'm
Yes.
going to defer to you to call on people because I'm on my phone and I don't have as much flexibility to shift back and forth to see who's up. And also, I'm supposed to be at a program in about 23 minutes. So we'll perhaps keep this short. And if not, more to say, you can continue without into a class. Over to you, Shamahi Krishna.
Hare Krishna. We're going to hear from Vilas Manjari Mataji. Please tell us how things are going.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances, everybody. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I've collected some feedback from around Australia, and as I was listening to you, I was reflecting how this point you made, Vaisheshika Prabhu, about how we're so fortunate to be part of this sampradaya, and to be given such clear understanding of why we're here and what we're doing, and that as we develop, it's transferable. I really like this word, it's transferable, this gift we've been given. And as I've been doing this with you for a number of years, I'm always inspired to see how devotees just take it up. And then new devotees come along and they just take it up and they keep going, and it becomes a part of their life that they want to share Krishna consciousness with others. So around Australia, I can see we've got our group from New Govardhan has joined. They're in their car on their way to do book distribution, probably, or Harinam, being a Sunday morning here. So I might start with their update. So we have, I think there's 4 or 5 brahmacharis in the group. They've sent me an update, and then I'll just ask them if they have anything else to add. But they've told me that they're going really well with their endeavors. This is their first attempt to join this marathon and distribute Srimad Bhagavatam sets on the street. And what they've been doing is collecting sponsorships from the devotees at New Govardhan Farm, and then going out on the streets and encouraging people to take the sets for the donations that they can afford to give. And they said what's really working for them, they've distributed 8 sets so far on the streets of the Gold Coast, which is, I don't think anybody's done this before, actually. I know in some countries that may not sound a lot, but nobody's done this on the streets, especially of the Gold Coast, which is, I would say, on the continuum of very materialistic to not. They're right up there. They're a beach surfing culture, and it's pretty amazing what they're doing. They've been sharing photos on our national group chat and really inspiring everybody, sharing stories. What's working for them is that when they meet interested people who are interested in the sets, they offer to do readings of the Srimad Bhagavatam with them. And they give them their contact details, and they're finding that helps people feel more comfortable in taking the sets, that then they know they're going to have some support in reading it, or there's someone to reach out to if they have a question. And they're also finding what's working is they're sharing Srila Prabhupada's journey of translating the Srimad Bhagavatam, and that when they tell that story, it impacts people. So maybe in a moment I might turn to them and ask them to tell us what they tell people there about Srila Prabhupada's, it might just be a few lines, but what do they say about Srila Prabhupada's his journey in translating. Then we have a question from Noah Prabhu, who's part of the team. And Noah has asked, would Vaisheshika Prabhu please consider coming to New Govardhan? Or is there anywhere in the world they could go to meet you and learn more on book distribution?
Of course, it's possible. We haven't scheduled anything in the near future as far as coming to Australia, but we can definitely arrange for training. We can do things over on. It's highly effective doing that kind of thing. We can even, before I come, if somebody else could come, if you would like to have something like that. And more communication. We can have individual training session if you like to, fully possible. Or you can all come out here. We got to make sure I'm here because I'm only here 50% of the time in California. Coming on our yatras is a nice time because then we do book distribution during those times too. And it's highly informative distribution in the as well. So there are opportunities.
Okay, you were breaking up a little bit by Vaisheshika Prabhu, but I'm just going to repeat back what you said and make sure I've got it right. So no plans as yet to come to Australia, but it's always a possibility. could send somebody else first of all to come out and train the devotees on the streets. Always can set up some kind of one-on-one communication, yes, with you, with your team, where you can help them get started. Yes, very good. We like that idea. And
Okay.
come on a yatra as well, because wherever you go on your yatras, anywhere in the world, even in the Holy Dham, you're always distributing books. That's part of that. And we have an invitation from Ranchor Prabhu, who says they could come to Toronto in 2 weeks' time. Easy, that's not far. So options there, but it'd be nice. I might connect you. I might send one of their numbers to Shamahini to get connected for a little bit of one-on-one support. Does that sound like a good place to start? Yeah. Okay, Shamahini's nodding. Right, we'll do that. And the teams there online, did you want to say anything, Noah Prabhu and the team from New Govardhan, or did you want to share with us what you say when you talk about Srila Prabhupada's journey of translating the Srimad Bhagavatam?
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept our humble obeisances. Glory to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for having us, Maharaj. Yeah, we've been firstly, we've been noticing that the connection with the people has to be, relating the Bhagavatam back to their own life. So I normally say, it starts at the beginning of creation with the material elements coming in contact with the subtle elements, and how then it relates to us as spiritual beings, how we then get impregnated into this reality, and then how then we can develop our spiritual relationship with the Supreme. And then I kind of just stress the fact that Prabhupada even said that this book is so transcendental that he said it actually brought him to New York. It wasn't, him taking these books to New York. It was actually the other way around. And then I tell him that even up to his last dying breath, he had dictaphone to his mouth, still translating these books, just trying to stress the importance of how special this sacred text is. So that's normally what I've been saying to people. But we've been having so many nice interactions. Like one, for example, we met one lady in Mullumbimby, which is a town nearby the Gold Coast, near where the farm community is. And we went in 1 week before Noah Prabhu here. He gave a set of 5 books out to one of the younger people working in the shop, and had a really nice connection with him. We went back a week later, and it turns out he ended up getting psychosis, but his mum, who ran the shop, she was so happy that we came in to check on him that she even said she took the Bhagavatam, she gave a $400 donation, and she said she's going to set it up in her shop now, in the CBD shop, in a very alternative town, so everyone can come and read them, come and buy them if they like. So that was a very special interaction. And even now, Marie, we've just seen her. She's actually came to New Govardhan after never being in Connect. Came to the Japa workshop. She's came and done kirtan on the farm, and she's been having prasadam there. So that, and her son came. Yeah, her son also, who had psychosis, he came also to the farm. So that was kind of like something that made us really kind of feel amazing, because this is the first person that we've given out these books to that's came in contact with the community. So I just wanted to kind of share that how special that was. There's also a very, very special devotee here, one of the senior devotees of Head Pujari, Charana Vindam Prabhu. He has been coming out with us and giving us his association. He's actually got 20 sets sponsored, and which he's been sending, I think, to the program that you set up, Maharaj, for the, I don't know exactly know, but I know he's been sending that over. So he's been very, very inspirational to us and encouraging us so much. The same with Rupa Raghunath Prabhu, who is a Grihasta up here, who's distributing. He also distributed a set and has been getting set sponsored also. So we've been very fortunate to have the senior book distributors here also that are really inspiring us. So yeah, you guys.
Lucas and Noah Prabhus, can you hear me? Now I'm getting little.
Yes, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm getting little gentle messages from Sham Mohini that Vaisheshika Prabhu has to be at a program in 12 minutes. And so she said we can talk more later, and I'm going to give you I'm going to give her your number and we'll get in touch. But I want to say thank you so much for coming on, and thank you for sharing all your stories and inspiration with the whole group around Australia. Everybody's behind you. We just think it's wonderful what you're doing, and it's really great to see this happening on the Gold Coast and New Govardhan Farm. You know, you're really bringing a lot of life and energy to the team. So thank you so much, and we're really looking forward to seeing your progress and development. Okay, Hare Krishna. I'm going to get in trouble if I talk any longer. So
I'm
Thank
really
you.
sorry. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for those really nice stories, and I look forward to hearing more, please. We're going to have Bhava Sandhi Mataji next. And it is my fault that this scheduling challenge mishap happened today, and we have less time with Vaisheshika Prabhu, and I truly apologize for that, dear devotees. But to make the most of the time that we have with Prabhu, I'd request if we can keep our updates tight so that we can hear from more devotees. So Bhava Sandhi Mataji, then Rukmini Mohan Prabhu. Okay, thank you.
Thank you to everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you well. Thank you.
Yeah, so nice to be with you all. I'm actually live from the book table at the moment. Just flip my little screen around. Yeah, so we're having a Krishna Mela here today. So this is our book table setup. We have a tilak at the end that people come for, and then people got really interested in our kids' books, the Bhagavad Gita's. We have these beautiful meditation scripts, and then we draw them over to the Bhagavatam, and we've got this display here that we made mainly from the beautiful brochure that was created, and then we turned it into like I don't know if you can see very well, but we turned it into like a 3D board, which has been a lot easier for us to actually display Bhagavatam. So then we have a Bhagavatam set here, and we basically run through. First of all, we start off with the difference between Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, because we find that still a lot of people are not so sure of the difference. So we then talk all about Krishna's different incarnations and how, Bhagavatam is full of intrigue, stories, mysteries, dramas, and how we can learn our life lessons through those. And we had a nice reaction on what day was it on? Yeah, just last night actually for Lord Balaram's appearance. We had a lot of people signing up for either, so first of all we see if they'd like to set themselves, and if they say that they already have one, then we ask if there's anybody that likes to gift an alternate tomb. And on the day of the Bhadra, we're going to be having a yajna in the temple where people can collect their sets from Devamrita Maharaj. So we're kind of filling all the little things to encourage people. And then if they don't do that, then we ask if they like to sponsor for Gram Vijayan in India. And if they say they can't afford that, then we ask if they'd like to give any donation they can, and we'll put that towards the Gram Vijayan in India. So people can just give like $50 or whatever they can, and then we'll total those up to sets as well. So we've got somebody coming today to pick up the Gujarati set. One of the brahmacharis met them on the street, and they wanted to make their new home auspicious by having Srimad Bhagavatam there. So they'll be coming along in the next hour or so to pick it up. Apart from that, the brahmacharis and the traveling Christian team have been doing well. So that's our update for the moment.
Thank you.
Thank
you so much, Bhava Sandhi, and thank you for tuning in live, even though you have a festival going on. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Rukmini Mohan Prabhu from Fiji, our leading indicator country, as Vaisheshika Prabhu likes to say. Please tell us, Rukmini Mohan Prabhu. You're on mute, Rukmini Mohan Prabhu.
ಸರಿ Yes, Hare Krishna, dear Vishishaka Prabhu and all the Vaishnavas. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I'm just sitting outside the temple. We in midst of program as well. And I just wanted to share some beautiful news from last night. We had a Balram Jayanti celebration and we were able to distribute 4 sets of Shrimad Bhagavatam. So we had displayed Shrimad Bhagavatam on the book stand, and we also encouraged people at the end of the program that they, and in the program as well, during the program as well, that if they could take Shrimad Bhagavatam, which is really representative of Balaramji. So we are very happy that we were able to distribute 4 sets of Shrimad Bhagavatam yesterday. Not actually distributed in the sense because we have got the orders for 4 sets. So there'll be the devotees, the members will be taking, the congregation members will be taking 4 sets. Just came from inside the temple. You may be hearing this sound. It's going on. The kirtan is going on. The arati is going on in the inside. So we still have the book stand there, and we'll be encouraging the congregation members today as well. And for the rest of the Janmashtami celebrations in the evenings, we are keeping the Shrimad Bhagavatam also on Srila Prabhupada's altar as well. So just in very quickly, these are some of the things that's happening here at ISKCON Suva. And at the same time, just wanted to share that the temple management had reduced the price of Bhagavatam set from $500 to $450, which is going to help us as well. So we hope that we are able to capitalize on that as well. So thank you. Yes, I'm using my phone at the moment, so I just don't have those pictures with me at the moment. But yes, just an update from here in Fiji. Thank you all.
Thank you, Rukmini Mohan Prabhu, for that great update and for your successful strategies, especially yesterday at Balram Purnima. Thank you very much for sharing that, Rukmini Mohan Prabhu. Hare Krishna. I see Rupa Chintamani Prabhu
Hare
is
Krishna.
here. Would you like to speak, Prabhu? Rupa Chintamani Prabhu from Japan?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, dear Guru Maharaj, and Hare Krishna, dear assembled devotees. Please accept my Dhanavad Pranams. So yeah, I have some couple of updates. Thank you, Guru Maharaj, for the wonderful talk. I was remembering that Srila Prabhupada mentioned that our disturbance is due to an want of ultimate goal. So we are grateful to our acharyas. They have set the goal of our life. So I was remembering that. So regarding the book distribution, Guru Maharaj and other devotees, we set a pledge of 25 of English or Nepali and other Bhagavatam sets. And yesterday on Balaram Purnima, we distributed, not distributed, we got the order of 5 sets. And few other devotees, they are also considering, so we are in contact with them. So our team is fired up. I think we can smash the goal. We set a goal of 25, but we hope we can go up to 30 or 35 like that. So we are halfway, I think, but still there's a long way to go. So we beg all of your blessings. We don't have Japanese Bhagavatam yet, but we are trying our best to distribute this English and Nepali and other languages. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you, dear devotees.
Thank you so much, Rupa Chintamani Prabhu, for that really powerful and succinct report. It's amazing to hear. Thank you so much. Vaisheshika Prabhu, I know we have 3 minutes with you before you have to log off. Would you like to address the devotees?
Yes, in the last verse of the 10th canto, 82nd chapter, Sukadeva Goswami has spoken a verse for all of us here on this call, literally. It says, Jayati Jana Nivaso Devaki Janmavado Yaruvara Parishat Swara Dovir Asyana Dharma Stirachara Vijinana Susmita Shrimukena Rajapudavanitanam Vardhayan Kamadevam. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, Sukadeva spoke this verse for those who are not present for Krishna's advent and who lament that they weren't able to be here when Krishna was personally present on the planet. And he wrote it as a reminder to us that he still is present, because Jayati is written in the present tense. And he says that he spoke this to give us this solace, but also an awareness that we're in Krishna's pastimes, because he's always present in his holy name. He's present in the sound vibration of the Shastra, Srimad Bhagavatam especially, and in his holy Dhams, and in the association of Vaishnavas. So we have all of those fully. So we're very fortunate, so fortunate that it's indescribable how somehow or other we've landed on this planet at the right time and place to be able to participate in it. And now everyone we touch becomes fortunate, even if they slightly appreciate. And we just read this yesterday in the Bhagavatam, 10th canto, first chapter. Prabhupada said, if someone takes a slight interest in Krishna Katha, then that person, and so, and people just slightly, oh, that's a nice book, even if they don't take it, they're getting so much benefit. Prabhupada said that to us again and again. So swim in this, make this your life and soul. Become fully acquainted with Krishna's pastimes in the Krishna book and in the Bhagavatam and in the Bhagavad Gita. Here's instructions. And then make your mind, your intelligence to figure out. Krishna will give you more intelligence and more resources to figure out how to make more people fortunate. And the more you do that, the more the blessings will pour in, the more ISKCON will expand. So please carry on with what you're doing. I'm so grateful you all came here today. There's people waiting outside harassing me. So I have to go in, and we're doing a program, and I'll be missing all of you in the last minutes of this program. Thank you very much, all of you, for coming on and holding forth. Thanks, Shamahini, for keeping us all going. And I offer my respectful obeisances to all the devotees who are doing this sacred service. Vanchakalpatarubhascha kripasindhubhyo patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. May Srila Prabhupada empower all of us. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Bhadra
Krishna. Thank you very
Purnima.
much.
Knock 'em alive out there. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, we can still continue our discussion if devotees would like to share more stories, or if they would like to share any other updates that they have from where they're distributing sets of Ranchor Prabhu. You have something to share. You're also welcome to come on now.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. The last time we met, we were about to have the Youth for Book Distribution Weekend, Global Youth for Book Distribution. And it was our first initiative. When I first spoke to the devotee who had this idea, Bhakta Abhay from ISV, he said, we're going to do this, and we shouldn't expect that it'll kind of cling on immediately. We're going to have some resistance at first, but sticking with it will ensure that we have some continuity. And with that in mind, we were actually very pleased with how much results we got, not just all over the world, but specifically from this region. I put it in the chat, but we weren't targeting specific regions, but because most of our team is from North America, we felt like we had the most influence over North America. So it's a really pleasant surprise to see the outpour of enthusiasm from the Australian youth. I believe Adelaide, Melbourne, and Sydney. They all went out, all sorts of youth, and then obviously like New Govardhan is having their party going out all the time. I know that there were some devotees that wanted to go but didn't feel like they had the adequate training resources, which I'll take responsibility for. We definitely had that planned out, but it just didn't fruition. That's a priority for our team. So we're really inspired by how well Oceania did. I know Fiji had a few youth that also came up, but the whole region overall really happy with that. As our team and initiative grows, we're also looking for more leaders, more devotees to take up responsibility to inspire their peers. On an organizational side, a new devotee, Halyuda Kripa Prabhu from ISV, will be helping a lot more with organizing this initiative. So if there are any devotees who would like to help take more of an organizational stance and not just performing book distribution on their own, but helping their peers, inspiring their peers, then you can reach out to me or Haliuda Kripa Prabhu and we can get you in touch with our team. Maybe you can even help out with our global campaigns and we really can start to change the world, reach our potential and change the world. But yeah, please, thank you very much for all your stellar service. And if you have any questions or assistance, please reach out to me. Hare Krishna.
I have a question.
Please go ahead, Vilas Manju.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Rancho Prabhu, for all your service. And just as I was listening to you, you know, I'm not so aware of who the youth are in Australia that are coming forward because I shared your details of the youth program and I hear lots of people joined, but I'm just wondering if it's possible to have a youth representative for Australia, just as we have a representative for book distribution in Australia, because it would be great for me to have somebody that I can connect people to who can kind of be the networker amongst all the youth. Is that possible?
That's actually kind of what I'm getting at when I'm bringing up leadership and leaders. We, at least Haliuda Kripa Prabhu and the rest of the youth book distribution team and also Shamini Mataji and Vaishya Prabhu, we kind of envision the same network we have for leaders for like just a general devotee community. We have that same network for youth that we have, you know, you for Australia, Babasani Mataji for New Zealand, and devotees all over the world. They have their respective leaders. We want that to happen with youth. And we've kind of identified some potential devotees. But yeah, we would want that. And I think if Australia is willing to have a youth leader come up and interact with the devotees and the leadership and everybody to help really push book distribution amongst the next generation, we're willing to provide any support that we can provide. So I
Yeah.
guess you and I
Okay, well,
can discuss who that would be.
okay.
But yeah.
And I just want to add to that, sometimes the word leader does scare people off. Whereas if you start with a representative, somebody who can just be the communicator and the connector, then gradually, that's what just my experience. Gradually, there's a natural kind of somebody comes forward that does want to lead, but you know, like just having a communicator, first of all, a point of contact for the youth would be really helpful, like straight away, because I don't know who these youth are. And I come across devotees who say, we have youth in our community who would like to do book distribution, but they don't know who to connect to, where to start, where to go out. So just a point of contact would be a really good beginning.
Yeah, we've also kind of been focusing on our own branding of how younger devotees. I think taking responsibility is a little bit of an easier version because it's not so much of the baggage of being a manager or being a leader. So yeah, someone who's willing to be a representative or something like that. That's kind of what we're aiming for. Even if they're not, you know, organizing things, at least communicating things. But yeah, if you have anybody or I can try and dig through who reached out to our team and we can definitely that's a model we want to replicate all over the world. So if we can start it in Australia, we can start it there.
Great. We'll be in contact. And then just lastly, a little update I did want to share, may be of help to others, or maybe they already have this, but I was noticing something they're doing in Perth. I sometimes hear from devotees saying, oh, we're a little bit cautious with the Bhadra Purnima. We don't want to overwhelm the temple because we've got Janmashtami, Balaram Purnima, Radhastami, all these festivals. We don't want to throw in another one and overwhelm everybody. And in Perth, where they have just a small center, but a fairly big a good, healthy congregation, they have been emailing out to the congregation and the devotees and really promoting that this highly auspicious festival period, Balaram Punim, Janmashtami, and Radhastami, will be culminating with Bhadra Punim. And I love that approach, that the culmination of all these festivals is the Bhadra Punim. And I felt, yeah, it's like we're celebrating all of this, and then the culmination is we have a celebration where we share the Srimad Bhagavatam with the world, where we share the Srimad Bhagavatam with our own family and people around us. And what a nice way to present it, you know, that we are being enriched and enlivened by all these festivals, absorbing us in Krishna consciousness, and then the final culmination is we share this with others. So they've really been promoting that, and they're doing well so far. So I wanted to just share that little approach of theirs.
Thank you so much. I think Vilas Manjari, that's really a nice way to put it. And you're right. There is that perception in among some communities, and slowly but surely, Bhadra Purnima is making its way in their hearts and in the temples. But thank you. That was really a nice way of putting it. Thank you. Anybody else would like to share anything? Any updates? Any questions? Okay. If not, we're 4 weeks away, I think, from Bhadra Purnima, and this is where the most action happens. It's the time where our pledges get real, you know, or there's no time left, and if there's nobody else, like Vaisheshika Prabhu says, this is us. You know, we take responsibility, and when we take responsibility, that's where growth happens for our own selves. And of course, we get the privilege of being a part of fulfilling the prediction of Lord Chaitanya, the every town and village, and the desire for Srila Prabhupada that he wanted every respectable person to have a set of Srimad Bhagavatam in his home. So we just get the bonus of being a part of that once we take responsibility to make something happen. Thank you all very much for your association. I know that it's during the daytime in your respective centers, and you're busy with festivals, setting up book tables, driving places to place. But thank you for taking time to join the call. We look forward to connecting with you again. I think we have our next call on the day of Bhadra Purnima, if I'm not wrong, but I will be in touch with the leaders to confirm the time for the call. Thank you all very much. We're here to support in any way that you need the BBT Marketing, Communications and Innovations team. Thank you again. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha, Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Bhadra Purnima.